Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous edition of Blood on the Clocktower, the only game that matters, and the only place that exists, which is right here, right now. I am the Investigator. The Investigator is going to be told that one of two players is a particular minion, which is phenomenal, because I'll just get an evil thrown right into my lap. This is Blood on the Clocktower. In case you don't know, Blood on the Clocktower is a social deduction game in the vein of Werewolf, but it is very massive. This particular script is, see how this works, Trouble with Violets, which is a custom script, which has the bad guys from Sects with Violet. Wow, that was not... Okay, anyway, S&V. Here. What's happening?
Let's see. Oh, hold on. I want to mute you. So, Steven, I want you to meet the evil twin, Lynn. Lynn, I want you to meet your good twin, Steven, the investigator.
Shit.
All right, you can go back to your room, Steven.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Anyway, I am apparently the good twin. I'm also muted on here. So that's going to make... I had a sneaking suspicion it wasn't going to be that easy. Alright, so anyway, as I was trying to go over the rules, this is the good rolls from Trouble Brewing, which includes the Outsiders, and then the bad rolls from S&V. So, as I suspected, the Investigator is too easy a roll, and of course he has to nerf it in some way. So, Lynn is also going to be claiming that she is my twin, which is a nightmare. Awesome. Anyway, that button there. So, this is a custom script. Custom scripts are great. This is like a pinnacle. This is what I've wanted to do. I'm very excited. We'll be running this today. I have been twinned with Lynn before in the past. One time I was the evil twin and she was the savant. Now I'm the investigator. And who are we playing? We got a full house here, 12, with Jason, Sarah, Guami, Peter, Candace. No Chris. I'm being visited again.
Hello, Steven.
Hey, what's up? I should probably get some paper.
Nothing much.
I'll tell you, as soon as I saw Investigator, I knew that there was going to be a hitch. And there was.
So I realized the other day that if this were being played in real life, the evil twin and good twin are woken up at the same time and get to see each other.
Sure.
So I'm like, I want to replicate that here on Zoom.
Well, you made my intro more interesting.
That's fun.
All right, so what do you got?
All right. So that said, so your investigator info, and I just go around the circle. You learn that Matt or Jason is the pit hag.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Good luck.
So, how to play this? I've always criticized people for going and talking to the evil people. Jason! My goodness. Who can I work with? So, that's the problem. I'm going to go to Sarah. Sarah's a good read. I'm going to go to Sarah first. I'm going to lay the cards out. I'll even give her the information. Gotta not play this wrong. She's the most credible. Of course, he gives me Jason. who I always suspect. That's phenomenal.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. Everybody's moving. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's everybody. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Good morning, you all. 10 minutes for whispers starting now. Good luck.
Sarah?
Lynn, could I talk to you?
Anton?
Sure.
Michael,
I heard
you
my
wanna
name.
talk?
Anton,
That was
would you
me.
like to
Your
chat?
room, Candace?
Was that you, Jason?
Yeah, let's
Steven,
talk.
did you say my name?
I did.
All right.
Okay,
Who's
my
room?
room, yours.
Anton,
my
you
room's
gotta go to
worse.
your room?
My room.
Yeah, jump in.
All right.
All right.
Hello! So,
Hello.
in this game, I have a persistent strategy, which is to pick somebody. Oh my goodness, I've got things going all over the place. And just go out on a leap of faith with them. And so, I feel, well, here's the deal, is that statistically speaking, you're likely to bump into a good person. The reason I picked you is because you're a good read. I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a
Usually.
role called the evil twin.
Uh-huh.
If the evil twin is in play, then they are paired up with a good player, which I'm the good player, and there's an evil twin.
Oh no, we have an evil twin.
Yes. So Lynn is the evil twin, and I am the good twin. And it's further complicated by the fact that I am the investigator. So Lynn is going to be throwing two people under the bus, as am I. And here's the deal. I don't know which one of the two people I'm throwing under the bus is, but I have Matt or Jason as the pit hag. Now,
Matt or Jason.
Now, it is entirely possible, let me look at the rolls to make sure what's entirely, it is entirely possible that I am the drunk, and that I don't even have, so then we'd have 4 rolls that are being thrown under the bus. An opposing player, yeah, so I could potentially be the drunk, and the evil twin is paired with the drunk. But I would be inclined to believe that he would not have done that, because that would be too jerky.
Ugh.
So the reason
Okay.
I'm coming to you is that you're a good judge of character, and I obviously know that you don't have any reason to believe me at this point, but I don't know if there's anything I can do for you. But that's why I came to you first. It's going to be public before the end of the day. That's how that works out.
Yep. Yep. It's good to know because that way I can kind of keep an eye on. I mean, it's not just talking, it's kind of like interactions with other players and
Sure. Yeah. So
things of that
if you
nature.
want to
So,
go off and watch, that's fine.
yeah. Yeah.
Or if you want to talk.
I have not played this script, the demon half of this.
Yep.
So I'm not really sure how they all interact quite yet. So
Okay. Well, I don't mind talking over them if you want.
Let's look.
So the evil twin, that's Lynn. When the evil twin is in play, the evil twin doesn't do anything except for sow confusion. If the evil twin is in play, then they are told who is the good twin. If the good twin is executed, which is me, then good loses. So
Evil wins, but good can't win if you're both alive.
yes, so
it
you
sounds like
have
it's a problem for later.
you have to execute the evil twin, and if you're wrong, then you
Sure.
lose. So it basically gives you an additional hurdle to winning the game.
But it also gives something that we are going to discuss and beat over the head instead of trying to figure out who the demon is.
Correct.
When it's maybe a problem for another day.
Normally you put the twins off for last. That's normally how that works.
Yeah. I've seen some with the evil twins, and they seem to come up all the time. And day 1 and 2, that's all anybody wants to talk about.
That is
and
correct.
And then you can't get any other information out.
Yeah, that's correct. So I'm not planning on wasting the whole day with that.
It's Lynn.
It is.
Okay, that's gonna be tough. I can't read her.
Actually, she's one of the easier people to read, because when she's evil, she just sort of gives up. When she's good, she starts yelling and cursing. Like Candace is good. If Candace is good, you can work with her to try to figure out that it's Lynn.
Because I know Candace can read Lynn really well.
However,
so
Candace might be evil. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, if Candace is good, she's going to be the go-to on Lynn.
All right, so moving on. We have the witch.
You
the
said
witch.
Tengu, though. Oh no, pit hag. What does that do? Oh, that's the one that.
that changes roles.
Mm.
Which we will know if there's a pit hag in play. However, it is possible there's a pit hag in play, and I, the drunk investigator, did not learn about the actual pit hag.
Right. That's also true.
So the witch, each night they choose a player. If that person nominates, they just instantly die.
That seems less useful.
It's helpful. It gets an extra person killed most times. So you can get multiple people killed. It makes people nervous to nominate. The Sarah
Yeah, that's
Novus,
true.
each night choose a player and a good character. They are mad about that character tomorrow, or they might be executed. Madness.
Yeah, I haven't played with Madness yet.
Yeah, Madness.
I've seen it in action.
Yeah,
I've not played with it.
Madness is pretending to be something, so yeah.
Mhm.
Confusion roll. And then you got the Pit Hag, which works well with the Sarah Novus, because then people are like, were they Pit Hagged or were they Sarah Novus? And yeah, you don't even know what's
And you
going
never
on.
know which minion is actually in play.
And then the Fangu. I'll spend less time on the demon since only one of the 4 is in play. The Fangu,
Yeah,
each
plus
night
one outsider. And
choose a
everything.
player, they die.
ahead.
The first outsider becomes the evil Fangu. So if there was the Fangu, they would be looking for outsiders to try to increase the evil team. Vigor Mortis is widely considered to be the weakest demon, but I don't really think it is. The reason is because it reduces the number of outsiders. But if it kills its own minions, then they keep their powers and poison a good townsfolk neighbor. The Nodashi, I think, is super weak because it poisons the 2 good.
Probably easier to spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy to spot because you find a couple good rolls that are able to figure out that they're poisoned, and the
Look for
Nodashi's
their
between them.
neighbor.
And then, of course, we
Yeah.
got the Vortex. The Vortex makes it so that all information is false, which I will point out is different than drunk, because drunk information can be correct. You cannot be given correct information if there's a Vortex in play.
I played that tiny town with the Vortox.
Okay.
And so I kind of understand how that works.
And then the other thing that may not have come up as much in that one is that if no one is executed, then evil wins. So we will literally have to execute every day just in case there's a Vortex. Unless we can prove that there's not a Vortex. But with the Pit Hag in play, there could not be a Vortex in play, and then suddenly there is a Vortex in play.
Right.
So if we let our guard down.
Yeah, because the Pit Hag can change the demon into a Vortex when we think there isn't, and then we don't kill it, and then they win. Right. That can happen.
I'm sorry, say it again.
The Pit Hag can make the demon a Vortex after we think there isn't one.
Yes.
And then not kill, and then they win.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the Pit Hag
Yeah,
can
this
also turn one of the other minions into a demon, and it ends up being like the where the imp star passes. Yep. Because
the other demon would die, or no?
So death would be arbitrary that night. Typically, what that
Okay.
means is the storyteller would kill the old demon, but technically speaking, anything
They
could
don't have
happen.
to.
Yeah, but I'd say every time I've played it, that the old demon has died.
Okay. All right.
Well, as is always
I
the
will
case,
get back to you.
I have
Yeah, I'll
wasted the whole
definitely
first
get
day.
back to you.
Yep, that's fine.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's first day.
Yahoo, do you want to not compare notes for the last minute?
Sure, let's go.
Sarah,
All right, I'll head over to you.
Sarah, would you like to chat?
Yes, sorry. My room or yours?
Your
My prediction, Jason nominates me immediately. So we're clear. Okay, so.
That sounds legit.
It really
Very
does.
possible.
He's accused me 3 times and we haven't even started the day 1 yet. So any information you'd like to share? Or in what format would you like to share it?
My information will become public relatively quickly because I am the either the evil twin or the good twin.
Are you a twin? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So I'll tell you my strategy. My strategy was to go to Sarah right away, since Sarah's very good at reading people. I thought I'd give her the lowdown. I'm not planning on making the day about that, and I know that you don't like making it about that. So if you want to bring it up, that's fine. Otherwise, Lynn will probably bring it up, but I'm
leave it
gonna.
up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it.
Okay. Tomorrow when we chat, I'll actually give you my rolls.
But I will give you my information really quick, since we are talking, which is that
Yep.
Jason or Matt is the Pit Hag, because I am the investigator, or the drunk.
Okay.
I think it's everybody. Nominations are open.
Boy.
Or we can go to bed. I mean, that's cool too.
Any outsiders or virgins want to come out?
I'm a virgin and I heard about maybe one outsider.
Any other outsiders?
It's okay. Someone did that to me.
Wait,
Oh,
so
okay.
is Anton
we've
an
only heard of
outsider
one
or
so
a
far.
virgin? I'm
He
still
said
confused.
he said virgin, and he's heard an outsider claim.
He said I'm a virgin and I've heard one outsider.
well, I heard one outsider role in 343. Nobody directly claimed the outsider role.
Okay,
Who
so
wants-
we could have 1, 2, or 3 outsiders depending on what's in play.
Yeah.
I've heard of one. I'm not sure it's the same that Anton has heard of. But like you said, that doesn't mean anything because
Oh.
if somebody's drunk, and there could be up to 3. We're supposed to have 2 base scripts. So if there's a drunken play, then
Yeah.
Do we have a top 4 that wants to
I
nominate
think I wrote
Anton?
that down wrong.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that down wrong.
Yeah, you did. That's right,
Assuming
Sarah. I'm calling you out.
They're assuming they're not drunk or Anton's not drunk. And then Tom's
I'll-
telling the truth.
I'll nominate Anton.
Michael.
I'm top 4.
Michael nominates Anton. State your case.
There you go.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go. There's an answer. That was the case. Trying to test.
You think you're
Yeah, it
drunk?
looks like I'm the drunk.
Or he is, or he's
Or he
poisoned.
is.
Or
Yeah.
he's evil.
Yeah.
Or
That
he's
too.
Clear-
beside a no dashi or something.
Clear as mud.
All right. Hey, Anton, your defense.
My defense, I'm a virgin.
Any
What
further
defense I
information?
can-
Well, what can we
I'm
do
no-
with this?
Anton is Michael the one of who you heard the 3 for 3?
No.
Okay. All right.
I guess the other possibility is that he could be Serenovist into saying he's the virgin, but he's not really the virgin, right?
That could
All
be.
right.
Yep.
All right, count down now. This needs 6 for the chopping block.
Well, I'm not voting on it, so
Keep forgetting we're playing with the section.
this could be anything
It's,
at this
it's,
point.
it's
Yeah,
very,
you're
it's
right,
very
you're right.
confusing.
0 votes is not enough. Any other nominations? Do a second call.
Well, if Michael's claiming a top 4 and we need to kill someone for Vortox, is there any objection to that, Michael?
I want to find out the info first, but I want to clarify my info if that's the case, because if this didn't go off, then there's something fishy.
Why do you need to be alive to verify your info?
Well, that's true, but
Right.
I do need to be alive
Why?
because I don't need to be alive, but I would prefer to be alive.
Oh,
Does
okay.
that make sense for voting purposes?
Well, of course, everyone wants to be alive, but we have to kill because there might be a vortex, as evidenced by my background.
I nominate Michael.
Who was that?
Oh, thanks.
Peter.
Sean.
Peter. Nominate. Michael, state your case.
If he is the top 4 that he says he is, then it's no big deal losing him. It's a Vortox preventative, and if he's not, and the Virgin didn't fire, then this is probably a good idea.
All right. Michael, your defense.
Yeah, I am top 4. I claimed a 3 for 3 with Peter, so he knows what I am. So yes, it's okay for me to die, but I prefer not to, if that makes sense.
What if Michael's Serenovus and he's not really a top 4, and he might be an outsider or some other role?
Total possibility.
Any other pertinent information?
This
Is
is
there anyone
yeah.
is there anyone else willing to die today?
This is for Michael's nomination.
Yeah, I'm just saying for Michael's defense. Is there anyone else willing?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to run this vote. It needs 6 for the
I
chopping
think
block.
we should get 6 on this and then decide what we want to do after.
What are the top 4 roles, if there's any out there?
All right, 6 votes is enough. So I'll give another minute for any other nominations. Or half a minute, roughly.
Well, no one
Does
wants to
anyone
fight
else?
with-
Oh,
no one
you
wants
can't
to
do it
fight with
to
anything,
Antoine
so.
anymore.
Well, I will nominate Matthew.
Steven nominates Matthew or Matt. I don't know why I'm calling Matthew. Say your case.
I'm fine either way.
Okay.
I think that it's important to kill every day in case there's a vortex, and Matthew might be the vortex. So if we kill him, we won't have to worry about it anymore.
Okay.
All right, Matt, your defense.
I suppose anyone but me could be the Vortex at this point because I know I'm not the Vortex. So I don't know why Steven thinks I'm the Vortex, but I am not the Vortex, and I am not a better kill than the top 4.
Any pertinent information? All right.
Oh, I need to vote.
This needs 6 to tie and 7.
He said he's a good killer. I don't know what you're doing.
No, I'm not a good kill.
No, but
Top
why
4
would
is a
you
way better
nominate
kill.
you and say you're a good kill?
Is there any other top 4s? Am I the only top 4? Peter, you're muted.
As long as we don't tie.
3 votes is not enough.
We just need someone to die today.
I nominate myself.
Candace nominates herself.
Game already.
What'd you say, Sky?
This is a
Say your
weird
case.
game already.
Did you say game over?
No, I said this is a weird game already.
Oh, it sounds like the demon. Okay.
Say your case.
All right. I would like to die today. Please I will explain as the vote is going on. I'm gonna repeat, I would like to die today. I have a very good reason as to why I would like to die today. Please go ahead and kill me today. I will be the sacrifice for the Vortex.
Okay, and your defense is explaining that as we're voting.
I have some
Any pertinent information?
Yes, I need to let you know that I made cookies today, and I didn't think about you until just now, but then I realized that you're the cookie lady, so I'll vote to kill you.
Thank you for your kindness.
I'll put up
Alright.
a 7th if Candace wants to die.
All right,
Yes.
this needs
Yeah.
6 to tie, 7 for the chopping block.
Do we only want to do 7?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Sure.
Not beating this.
10 votes is enough, and
I just
yes,
don't
you
wanna
are
be
unlikely
evil.
to beat this when I count down from 5.
Yes. I don't want to be evil, so thank you all.
All right.
Is that
and
the
with
reason,
Candace
Candace?
has been executed
Okay.
and dies, and the game continues. All right, good night, everybody.
All right, so for anybody that wasn't obvious to, she's clearly an outsider.
All right. Good morning, everybody. You wake up to learn that Michael has died in the night. And you have 8 minutes.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Candace, can I talk to you?
Michael, can we talk?
Sure.
Michael, can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we
With such
talk?
grave reserve.
Michael?
Yes.
I'm going to my room.
Okay, I'll come to yours.
Jason, I'll go to your one.
And Hello.
Hi. Have you talked to Lynn yet?
Yes, I heard that you all are two sides of a coin, two separate sides of a coin.
Are you good or evil?
I'm dead and I was good.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're good. Well, that was my hope, was that you'd be good. I forgot that you were obviously an outsider. Do
I
you
don't
want
want
to
to
tell
get
me which
caught
one
up
it
in
is?
your foolishness.
What?
Didn't want to get caught up in your foolishness because I don't know what kind of demon you all have. So, because if there's two and a drunk, that means that there's a fangu. So I didn't want no parts of that.
Do you want to tell me which one you were so I can start filling the thing out?
Butler.
What?
Butler.
Because obviously you were good. There's no reason other than the fact that you were an outsider that you would have done what you did. So I'm just going to give you all my information, and it's unfortunate that you've already talked to the evil Lynn. Well, it is good that you're good because you can help to figure it out because you're good at reading her. And I told Sarah first because she's also good at reading people. So I'm the investigator, and I got Jason or Matt as the pit hag, which is why I nominated Matt. I didn't have any reason beyond that, but obviously one of them, and I didn't really want to give my information because I was hoping not to make the whole entire game about the evil twin.
So now I'm thinking that Matt is something.
Something meaning what?
He's something because everybody's pointing to Jason. So that's leading me to believe that Jason is possibly not evil because that information is consistent. But however, the other name has been changed. So interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know that unless I'm the drunk, so I have this thing like about playing straight or playing crooked, and when you play crooked, you get it twisted. And so
Yeah.
the straight play is to assume that I am the investigator, not for you, because for all you know I'm the evil twin, but for me, assume that I'm not the drunk. In which case, I would say that definitely Matt or Jason is evil, and I really haven't put much thought between the two of them which one is evil.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just analyzing some things I noticed from yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't have any,
So would you say your information inclined you to believe that Matt was the evil one?
Given the fact that Jason's name came up in both.
In Lynn's.
Yes, in both twins investigators.
So do you want to give me Lynn's information? I mean, it's up to you.
No, and I won't give her yours.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So, but I will say that Jason's name came up in both.
Yeah, you did say that.
But I did notice that Jason was defending Matt yesterday.
Huh. That is interesting. Well, he could be good and just defending him out of confusion.
Yeah, it could be any number of things, which I don't really have.
But it is interesting that she came up in, or that he came up in both of ours.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know that it means anything. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
And they were targeted.
Right.
Steven, what's up?
Yeah, I would like to talk to you.
Okay, let's go. Candace, I want to chat to you after I finish with Steven.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to my room. It's like fourth
Steven.
down from the top. Have you heard of me yet?
Have I heard? No.
What
are you on about?
My infamy that's throughout the land.
No, I have not.
Well, I am the good twin.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was the librarian, but I don't think I am the librarian. Does that make sense?
You think you're the drunk?
It's quite possible because I got Guami and Candace as recluse, but I haven't spoken to Candace yet, so I don't know. And Guami said he's not. So I don't know if I'm the drunk or not yet. Because
Candace claimed Butler to me.
Okay. So then.
So I'm just going to give you all of my information because, here's the way that I play the game is I create a hierarchy of trust. A top 4 nominating a virgin to me, even though you didn't die, means that you're at minimum like that's a terrible bluff for an evil player. So I'm going to assume that you're good, and I'm going to give you my information, which is that I'm the investigator, Jason or Matt is the pit hag, unless of course I'm the drunk. But if you're the drunk, then that's less likely that I'm the drunk.
Okay. So you got Matt. You got Matt and Jason as pit hag.
And there is another piece of information which is more sketchy for me to share, but I will say that Lynn is also claiming Jason as one of her two evil, which the other person was inclined to believe that that meant Jason was the good one, and that Matt was the evil one. But I don't know that that logic follows out, but that's just what's been said, so that it's out
Lynn there. Lynn has a ping on Jason as
well.
well.
She doesn't have a ping, but that's her bluff.
Oh.
Because she is the other investigator. She's the evil twin. She's faking investigator because I'm in the investigator, so she has to fake the investigator also.
Because that's what she said to me, was she was investigator.
Do you want to give me her names?
No, she said Jason. She said the same names.
Jason and who?
And Matt.
Wow! She said Jason and Matt to you?
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Why would she have said that?
I have no idea.
Because the thing is,
I spoke to Jason. And I spoke to Lynn, and then I spoke to Peter. And Peter was the one who I gave a 3 for 3. I never told the other two my role.
What role did she say Jason or Matt was?
She said pit hag.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Is there any reason that we wouldn't gun for Jason or Matt now at this point, since both of the twins are saying that one of them is the pit hag? She got super unlucky in giving the actual investigator information.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Well, who of the two do you think then?
I have no idea, dude. I'm just now discovering that literally the information is identical.
Yeah.
I obviously nominated Matt. The main reason I nominated Matt was that I always am inclined to think it's Jason, and so I'm just trying to buck that philosophy of, oh, it's always Jason. That's why I nominated Matt.
Oh,
but I will say that I've nominated Matt more than my fair share too, so I'm sure that he felt like it was a lot of love.
Okay.
Candace was inclined to believe that it was Matt, but I don't know that logic is sound.
All right. I still need to speak to Candace as well.
Yeah, no, we've wasted the rest of the day.
No, it's okay. That's fine. I'll speak to her tomorrow.
All right. We'll see what happens out here.
Yep.
I didn't know. This is the first time I played with this bottom half, so that's not something I knew.
All right, welcome back. Nominations are open.
Ross, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
Same, Candace.
So I've got.
I'll talk tomorrow too.
I'm going to speak in generalities, but I have. As always, I have problems. So I have heard.
You said you were going to speak in generalities, but then you got very specific and very accurate.
Well, I have general problems, and now I'm going to explain what I mean. I've heard three double claims in the last 2 days.
The balloons are in the basket.
Hard claims or 3 for 3?
Balloons.
Hard claims.
Really?
To be hard claim, double claims.
Really?
Yeah.
Hard claim.
Yeah. So.
What?
Like
they're
not just like wine coolers.
Oh,
it's hard.
There's Serenovus and there's Pit Hag, right?
Like I firmly believe that there's a pit.
By the way, I'm a virgin. I was not Serenovus yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I doubt there's a Serenovus.
I think there's a Pit Hag, probably.
I really do believe that.
Great.
On that note, I nominate Matthew.
Do we have 3 minions?
Nominates Matthew. State your case.
So
it was just said.
All right, Matt, your defense.
That wasn't an accusation.
No, they were talking quite clearly. You'll have to watch the video.
You're a pit hag, Matt.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Hello.
Mash that bell icon.
Oh my God! You guys did that.
I am not the pit hag.
So you can see my new videos and upload it each and every day.
And then
go ahead.
I'm not the pit hag. Steven's either some evil guy and he's trying to fish information from me, or somebody's lying to him. But I'm not the pit hag.
It's okay, Matt. I will redo this every day until the day I die.
Is there any
Well,
pertinent
hopefully that's-
information? All right, this needs a 5 for the chopping block.
I can't believe that we're gonna struggle to get votes here. But
Well, me and Candace can't do nothing about it.
such is life.
Right.
There we go. That makes more sense. Thanks, Lynn.
3 votes is not enough. Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Steven.
The hell is going
I don't need an accusation on him because apparently you just nominate people and don't actually accuse them of anything.
All right, Steven, your defense.
Oh.
So if you kill me, the game is over.
All right, any pertinent?
No, I'm not done with my defense. I have to give.
Sorry.
Are you
Steven
the
has more
saint,
defense.
Steven?
What?
Are you the saint?
No, I'm the good twin.
You're
Which
the evil
I
twin.
I did. I know Lynn's gonna say that. Lynn, let that happen in pertinent information, because I know that you're gonna say it, and that's fine. I am the good twin. I am the investigator who got Jason and Matt as the pit hag. Which ironically, Lynn has also been telling people that she was the investigator that got Matt and Jason as the pit hag. Very,
I
very.
didn't say Matt. I said Ross and Jason.
Oh, well, somebody told
Okay,
me
I
that
don't know
you said
what's
that.
going on here. Why is my name being thrown around?
Well, because that
All right.
because of information, Jason. It's not my fault that he told me that you were the pit hag. If you're not the pit hag, then you know that Matt is the pit hag now, because Michael was clearly the drunk, and if you kill me, the game is over. So you can suspect me all you want, but if you vote for me, the game is over.
Or
Any
that's
pertinent
our
information?
Vortox game, Steven?
Anton.
I have important question as information. How do you know that Michael was a drunk rather than Pit Hag turned somebody into a demon?
Well, nothing is known for sure, but he didn't die when he nominated the
I just think
Virgin.
from my perspective, it looks very like he was a demon.
Well, it seems
Right.
super odd to me that he would nominate if he was evil. Everything could happen, but in my book, he is good.
All right, is there anything else for Steven's nomination?
Anton's line of thought is actually quite logical.
Mhm.
It's perfectly logical.
All right. Well, this needs 5 votes for the chopping block.
I don't have anything to agree with it one way or the other.
Scott, are you evil?
Huh?
Or do you just hate long games? You just want games to end on day one.
3 votes is not enough. Any other nominations?
I nominate Jason.
Peter nominates Jason.
Why is
State
my
your
name being
case.
bandied around here?
Okay, so here.
Hold on. Peter's nomination.
Sorry.
I tend to believe Steven's investigator ping, and if we're not going to kill Matt, then we should kill Jason.
But if Lynn's saying she has a different one, I'm not the pit hag.
Lynn
You were
also-
named in both.
Yeah, you were named in both.
Oh, I don't know why I'm being named in both, because obviously the evil person tried to throw me under the bus.
It
whoever
could be
it is.
because you're the pit
Oh.
hag.
No, it's not.
So
because
there
I'm
was
the
a
pit
theory
hag.
about this when it gets to
All
pertinent.
right, well, let's
Yeah.
make sure Jason gets his defense in.
So,
If you have anything
no,
else.
I'm not the pit hag, and I'm not a good kill, and I have an important role. I'm not going to talk about it publicly yet. I've given some people my information, but I'm not a good kill. I'm a very not good kill, if that makes sense. And that's all I can say at this moment. Is
So-
I'm a very not good kill.
So I have
Any
a
pertinent
couple
information?
things of which I'd
Unversed,
like to say. One of which may be pertinent. One is that Jason was picked or was told by both investigators. It seems odd that an evil investigator would give an evil player.
That is weird.
That was a theory
That
that
is
was put out there. And secondly, Jason, I went after Matt instead of you because I always am inclined to think it's you.
I don't
And
think
so
I'm a good
in
kill.
kindness to you as a person, I went after the other one. So you're welcome.
Thank you. I know I'm not a good kill. And I have
Any
Well, that's
other
fine.
pertinent information, real quick?
Sarah was
Right.
going to say something.
Oh yeah, Sarah.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so this needs 5 for the chopping block.
Matt's voting.
Yeah,
Well, of course he
because
is.
I think you're
Of
bad.
course, of course he'll vote.
Steven, how about you talk to me before you nominate me?
No, that's
Nice.
not as fun.
Okay, I think if Steve and I believe you, I think there's your evil team. The same 3 people voted on you and me.
All right, well, 4 votes is not enough. Are there any other nominations? I'm gonna do your last call.
I'm
Well-
gonna stop playing this game. This is really bad.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Well, I'm not bad, and you're just like acting You're just coming after me without even talking to me. At least like
We have to be
Just come
convinced
talk
it's
to
not
me.
a Vortox if we're not going to.
Yeah, we do have to
Are
kill
we
somebody.
convinced of
You
that?
can execute that person.
Is
if you
there any
think
other
it's
top
Vortex
four that
game.
Why don't
are
you
willing to
execute me
die?
again then?
Yeah, we can execute.
Yeah, that
Candace
is
or
true.
Michael.
That works.
Yep, it
Does
does.
that work?
It does.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Does
does.
still
Yes,
work? Didn't he
to
change the
clarify,
rules
you
for
if it's a
dogs?
Vortox game, you can execute a dead player, and that does satisfy
Just
the
I
Vortox
can't
game.
So it
nominate
does?
myself,
Okay,
but
because they
nominate
changed
me.
the rules, I heard. But
Nominate me or
nominate
Candace.
And
Michael.
nominate Michael.
You can serve a
Well,
good game.
I'll throw this out there. We could kill Lynn. A couple of people said they believe me.
All right. Well, call me
I
your
definitely don't fucking believe you.
call me your accusation.
We can at least get 5 votes on this to make sure we kill somebody.
Okay.
If we want to try to kill somebody else, yeah, later we
You
can.
can make up your mind after this vote.
Michael, your defense against
Alright.
that.
I don't have a defense. Just kill
I
me
think that's
again.
fine.
Just keep killing me over and over. I don't care as long as it saves the town.
Let's just get 5, and
All
then
right.
we can discuss maybe nominating Lynn.
All right, we're counting down 5 for the chopping block.
You have 6. We can take one off. Somebody should take.
If
that
it's
one
5
off.
when you gets to you,
Why
Scott,
would we
you
kill
can
either
pull it
twin?
back.
That's crazy, Peter.
No
Why
one-
would we even
third
go
step.
for a twin this early in the game?
There, there's 5.
Because we believe Steven.
5 is not enough. Are there any other
Okay.
nominations?
No, we can't go for a twin. That's just crazy.
Okay,
Okay.
then we've got enough. So let's go to sleep and see what the demon does.
Yeah. See,
Count down from 10
I guess
while
we
you're
can
talking.
talk about later. I guess I think Stephen brought up a valid point. The fact that both twins brought up Jason as pit hag makes me believe that he is not the pit hag. I know I'm not, so it must be Matt.
All right, the day has ended. Michael has been executed. He does not
Yay.
die because he's already dead. Everybody goes to sleep.
Congratulations.
We salted
Thanks.
the grave so your spirit can't
You
rise.
executed a dead corpse. Congratulations.
That's great.
Well, Matt says that he's not going to play, which, for the record, I don't like hearing, even if it's not true. I think he's the pit hag. If he's not, I'm terribly sorry. But the puzzle leads there. So, random thoughts at night. Part of the problem with this game is that you get into cyclical logic, and obviously, like, I think it's the straight play that the top 4 would nominate the Virgin. Evil would not nominate the Virgin. However, at some point it becomes logical that Evil would nominate the Virgin since they wouldn't nominate the Virgin. However, yeah, I don't know. What I was going to say is that we have 2 top 4 roles. If there's not any more, I would be inclined to believe those 2. It is also possible that Anton was poisoned by Guami or Sarah, the Nodashi. Yeah, we should definitely put some thought into the demon we have.
Play 14.
I was like, is she sleeping?
I heard
All right. Well, good
Oh,
morning.
stop it.
Good morning. Good morning to Candace and everybody else.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Nobody died in the night. And you have 7 minutes.
Jason?
Candice, can we
Hey,
talk?
Yeah, that means pit hag probably changed the thing.
All right, so Candace, I need to talk to you second.
We're talking, Ross.
Yeah, sure. I'll chat with you.
Yeah. Okay, Anton, you want to come to mine right
Come
quick?
to mine.
All right, Matt,
Yep.
you want to talk?
Yeah, I'll join.
I hit the wrong button.
Sure.
Peter, talk to you.
Okay,
Is
I'm
he
in my
gone?
room.
Dang.
I hate to
So,
upset you.
well, I'm just saying, when you kill me and you find out I'm good, I just want you to write like a little note in the chat, a mea culpa, saying I screwed up. And
Oh, I absolutely would. And it could be Jason. I am the investigator or the drunk, and I got you, so what are you going to do?
Well, I was, see, the thing is, what I was confused about is I was told that it was Ross and Jason with the pit.
Yeah, so Lynn is the evil twin, and she also is claiming to be the investigator, and apparently that's her information, is that it is. Oh, and there's Jason.
Sorry, wrong room.
I asked to talk to you, but you never responded. I'll see you later.
I went to the wrong room. I didn't hear you, but I'll talk to you next.
We didn't say anything that pertinent, so don't worry.
Yeah, so that's Lynn's
yeah.
information, is that it's
Yeah,
Ross
so
or Jason.
That's why I was confused, because I was like, you're going after me as Pinhead, but I was told it was Ross and Jason.
That's Lynn's information. She's not actually the investigator.
Yeah, I wasn't told that by Lynn. I was told by somebody else, so I was even more
Well,
confused.
Lynn probably told that person, and you know, that's
Yeah.
what's circulating. But the fact that so it's not as confusing to me because I know that Lynn is not the investigator, so I know that it's not Ross because I was not given Ross's name. And then it seems to me logically that if if Jason is in both sets, that it's not Jason because why would she give an evil player? Which leaves you. And then there's also my thing, which is that I typically suspect Jason. However, I will say that I've definitely nominated you more than my fair share of games as well, so maybe I'll have to start having that philosophy with you. Unfortunately, the choice was Jason or you, because that's the information I was given.
Well, and I mean, I don't know. First of all, it could be a Vortex game. Everything you can have could be.
Oh yeah, that's true. It could be a Vortex
You
game.
also have nobody's actually claimed to have been pit-pagged. So like, here's the thing. I've never actually played pit-hag before. I played in the games of pit-hag, and I've never been pit-hagged, and I've never been the pit-hag. So, but if I was the pit-hag and I pit-hagged you as an investigator into whatever, something else, right? Wouldn't you be told that you were the new role?
Yeah.
So nobody's claimed to have been pit-hagged. At least not to me. But
I see what you're saying. You're saying that you're not the
claiming
pit-hag.
to have been pit-hagged. Then either the pit-hag's only pit-hagging minions and demons, or there is no pit-hag.
Yeah, so it's a Vortex game.
That's what I'm thinking based on what I'm getting.
Well, I don't know. But I'll write that down.
I'll just tell you what I am, okay? I'm the empath. That's why I talked to Scott and Candace first night, because I got a 0. Then second night, I got a 2.
Would Michael have been alive at that point?
No. So Michael.
So Candace and Michael both died, and it would have been Jason and Scott.
So I went and talked to Scott, and I was like, because I joked with him yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna get, because I asked him like a storyteller question, even though he's not technically a storyteller. I was like, hey, I got a 0. If you and Candace are still alive tomorrow, and I get a 2. Does that prove that it's a Vortex game? And he's like, yeah, pretty much, you know. And then that means it's really a 1, right? But then I did get a 2, and he claims Recluse to me now.
Who claims Recluse?
Scott. Because I got a 2 on him and Jason, which makes you think Jason is actually the pit egg, and Lynn's just threw Jason under the bus because whatever.
Well, I will say that.
Or it's a Vortex game, and everything I got is wrong. I still got another 2. So.
I will say that the only people I've talked to have felt like they're the drunk, so maybe it is a Vortex game.
And if you want to kill me, that's fine, but because I don't think I'm going to get any more good information.
Well, if it is a Vortex game, then that would explain, and at that point, I definitely know that you're not the pit hag. and I would say you're right. If nobody claims that they were changed, however, so I will say a thing that often pit hags do is to lay low. The first couple turns, they'll change the evil rolls around.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing, but
or what you're doing.
Well,
I'm not trying to like be belligerent, but I'm just saying that from my perspective, that is the other possibility. I'm actually heavily leaning towards this Vortex thing now.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's an Evil Twin Serenovus game.
Have we had evidence of a Serenovus?
I mean, I need to talk to Scott today.
Yep, that's fine.
If he was Serenovus, because if he was Serenovus, because he's the only person who changed claims on me.
Okay, that's fine.
So I want to talk to Scott.
I'll see you.
Figure out if he's Serenovus.
Jason, I'll talk to you.
Oh, my room or yours?
Mine's 4th. 4th from the top.
I need.
So there's a new theory. This is a Vortox game. The investigator pings were both bunk. Do you have any information? Do you feel that maybe your information's bad?
No, I'm the mayor. So I have nothing.
Okay. Well, so I got you or Matt as the pit hag, but as Matt pointed out, nobody's claiming to be pit hagged, and it would seem that if a good player gets pit hagged, they would point it out, and if that didn't happen, and Michael, the librarian, also got bad information, and like we can't both be the drunk, and there is no poisoner. There is the Nodashi, but the point is that if we have a bunch of bad information, it starts to seem like a Vortox.
Yeah, I think it's a Vortox too then. I mean, I'm a mayor, I don't get anything, but...
Yeah, so your ability would still function.
Yes, exactly.
Except you could be the drunk mayor.
I don't think there's anything out there.
Oh, yeah, I've heard 2 outsider claims.
Yeah, a saint and a...
I haven't heard a saint.
I've heard of a saint clan.
Recluse and Butler were the 2 that I heard.
Oh, and so you don't think nominating Matthew? Can I say nominate someone like Peter who's been super aggressive to everyone?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. I don't know. The theory made sense to me, though. I'll put it that way.
Candace, we're never going to connect.
That's
I'm
all
just
right.
accepting
We'll try
that.
again tomorrow, Ross. We'll try again tomorrow. I will talk to you first tomorrow, Ross.
I won't be able to talk to you until I'm dead, I feel.
Candace,
Ross.
can I talk to you first tomorrow?
Ross, I waited around all day to speak to Candace.
She's
I
just
did
a
not speak to
popular
anyone
girl.
else.
I got stuck talking to Guami. What's going on with that?
Peter was talking about something. What if it's been a Vortox game from the beginning, and that's why Michael got bad info and the investigator got bad info?
It's possible.
I think it is. I think it is.
Sounds in
Vortex
limbo.
game.
I'm not sure.
If that was the case,
Anton, come into the light.
Well, it says his camera's on, but that his sound's not on.
I don't think it's a Vortox because I'm pretty sure that at least one person's ability has been working.
Abilities can work. It's information that's wrong. Yeah,
it's the information that's wrong.
Yeah.
Abilities still work.
Yes.
Okay.
But every piece of information will be wrong.
So we would need Anton to be the drunk in order for.
Where is Anton?
He's in limbo.
He's on the other side of the TV.
Yeah, it says his microphone's not even connected, and it says his camera's on, but.
Well, I feel like if there is a Vortox, it's probably Guami because he's the king of chaos.
Thanks, Yahoo.
Guami, are you the demon?
I am
Sorry,
not
we
the
gotta.
demon.
Well, wait on Anton. Looks like I got kicked out altogether.
I think he's doing his best Edgar impersonation.
We'll hold
We
off
should
for a
just
few
kill.
moments.
We should just kill Guami just on principle.
I think we
Even
need
if
to
he's good.
resolve the Matt Jason situation, and I'm
we know
leaning more
really?
towards Jason.
Well, so the thing is if it's a Vortox, then there's not really a situation there.
Oh,
yeah,
exactly. Oh, if it's a Vortox, yeah.
Peter, at this point, you're looking very evil in my eyes because you're nominating twins and you want to kill me, and that's very evil.
Well, to be fair, I also suggested nominating the twin.
You're one of the twins.
You're evil, Steven.
And I do
That's
like
not
that the twins kept it quiet for a while. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
I know, right?
Day one.
Day one scream fest.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to nominate Jason again.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to see.
Wait, see if
Anton.
Because Anton's not in.
One moment, please.
I don't know.
It'll give me time to prepare my accusation.
You can prepare your brief.
check your case files.
I'm
have puppets?
going to nominate Sarah next.
I need puppets. Okay.
You're stressing, I can tell.
Scott, why do you have a lady with a crayon dress on behind you?
Damn, I am stressing.
She's a Violet Cran.
Well, her lack of
pilots.
her
Oh,
lack of
Violet.
puppets is making her stressed out.
My lack of what?
Yeah.
Puppets. You said you needed puppets. So.
But Yahoo,
I
you're the
do
one
need
that's
puppets.
non-thematic right
Yeah.
now.
Apparently,
No, that's the
Anton-
Vortox.
Apparently,
Which
Anton
is the demon that we have.
into the
That's
invisible
very
man.
cool. Very cool.
Well, how long are we going to wait? for Anton to reconnect?
Midnight.
Good question.
His state just disappeared as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy's like completely lost like connection or his computer restart or something.
Well, if he's the
Gonna wait,
Vortex,
what,
we
5
can go
minutes?
without killing.
Does it work that way?
Like,
Well, let's find out.
you won't know.
Well, then the number of players that need to vote for an execution is the same, so I will. I guess I'll just go ahead with nominations because I don't know what else to do. So
Is it the same?
so there's 10 alive players. That's 5 with 9. Oh, here he
Okay, yeah.
comes. Never
With
mind.
9,
Problem
it's still
solved.
5.
Problem
Well,
solved.
you could also let the game keep going, and just if he hops back in the next, like,
There he
day.
is.
There you
We're
are.
I've often wondered what is a Yahoo's room actually
Sorry,
look like?
my Zoom
Maybe
closed.
if I can look
That's
through
okay.
the
It happens.
headphones.
It's all right.
Wait for
looks
it.
like a
Okay.
Take your seat
basement.
again as well, Anton.
I also think
Yeah, make
Guami
sure you take your seat,
has
so-
lost his seat as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guami lost
that's
his seat.
normal.
Oh,
don't
I
know
lost
why.
mine as well.
All right, so nominations are now open, and I think Peter wanted to nominate.
Yeah, I'm nominating Jason again.
All right, state your case.
I'm suspicious about him from being the pit hag from the beginning. I think there was heavy suspicion on Michael early on, and on day one when Michael was in trouble, I think a pit hag could have pit hagged themselves into a demon. I'm just suspicious of Jason this whole game. So
Okay, so
Yeah, good.
I guess my defense is
Yeah,
same thing before I come out with my role to people, including Steven. And I am still not a good kill. I don't know why Peter's just saying he's suspicious of me because I haven't done anything other than I'm getting pings from 2 different people, and one of them is good, one of them is evil. Which I agree with Steven's theory that that whether he's evil one or whether Lynn's evil one, they wouldn't put their person in there. So I know, well, first of all, I know I'm not evil, but I also agree with that theory. Also, this whole Vortox theory that just came out was Matt talking to Steven first, and then Steven told me it. So it wasn't my idea, just so you understand that, Peter. And no, I'm not a good kill. I have the same role I have before. I've given it to some people now, so they know what it is. And I'd be a very bad kill for the town, as I've said before.
storyteller question.
Yep.
If a pit hag turns themselves into a Vortox, the information that's been given up to that point is correct, but all future information is incorrect. Is that correct?
A Vortox makes all townsfolk abilities yield false information. So any information before the Vortox would have been in play would act as normal. And then if a Vortox comes in play, assuming they're not poisoned or drunk, then yeah, any further information would be that way. Any pertinent information? All right, this needs 5 to put on the chopping block.
I'm the mayor, just so everyone knows. I'm just going to come out with it since everyone's going to vote on me, or you put 5 on me for some reason.
All right, 5 is enough. Are there any other nominations?
Killed.
Only Edgar gets mayor wins.
That's right.
No, I guess only Edgar.
It's
I
really
am
weird,
going.
though. I just don't
Ross
think.
nominates. Oh, I got a tough choice here. I'm going to nominate Lynn.
All right, state your case.
I believe she is the evil twin. Because her investigator stuff included me in it and also included Jason, knowing full well that we do spark at times and butt heads, and that would be a great distraction. And she is certainly clever enough to know that that's the case. So I think that she's the evil of the twins.
I think you're giving me way too much credit, Ross.
I'm
Way
not.
Too much
I've
credit.
seen you play and I've played against you. I'm not giving you.
I am not
your
a good
props
evil
is what
player
I'm
at all.
giving
You're
you.
gonna lose the game if you vote for me. That's all I gotta say. I put my information out there. I do believe Jason is bad. I do think he is a pit hag, and you're not gonna kill him, clearly. No.
Okay.
You're gonna lose the game. You're gonna lose the fucking game.
Any pertinent information?
Can I have a storyteller question?
I'm going to
Yes.
vote on this because Lynn just
So-
said something. I have some pertinent.
Well,
Lynn
can
just said, I think.
Yo, hold on.
Hold on, Jason.
The evil twin, are they given the role of the good twin? Like the
Yes.
role?
The good twin and evil twin always know each other.
I have pertinent info.
So yeah.
Lynn literally just said, I think Jason's the pit head, but yet she didn't vote on me. So I don't know why she just said that. And
Well, maybe I
said,
should
I'm
vote
not-
on you then.
And maybe I said I'm not the, like I said, I'm not the pit head, and someone else should die. So if it means going for the twin thing now,
Coming from the
I'm in
pit
for
head.
I'm in for the twin thing.
Coming from the pit head.
Would
Alright, well,
either
this
of the
needs-
twins be willing
It would
to
need
nominate
6.
Scott?
This needs 5 to tie
Yeah.
and 6 to
Yeah.
go on the chopping block.
I'll nominate Scott Candace.
Come on, Matt, join us.
I think this is
Not a good idea.
Just don't tie
Prove
this.
your goodness. Peter.
Don't
Oh
tie
man,
it.
jerks.
Well, oh,
I'm just picking people's
4
brains. I'm
votes
trying to see
is
what
not
people are
enough.
Thinking right
I think
now.
there is a small chance that there are
If
no
nothing
twins
else, I wanna
anymore if
nominate
evil
Matt.
twin.
I'm
I
on
wanna
the same
nominate
page as you,
Matt.
Candace, I
Alright.
I
think.
want to nominate Matt.
Yeah, like
All right,
If nothing
Jason.
else-
Okay, hold
Let's
on.
talk tomorrow
Nominate
after
Matt.
you talk to
Hold on.
Ross, because I
Alright.
don't want to
Yes,
butt in
yeah,
line in front of
'cause-
Ross.
Jason nominates Matt.
Yeah.
Jason,
Someone
state
clue
your
me
case.
in, please.
Hold on.
Wow.
Hold on, everybody.
So I feel like I'm being railroaded. I think Peter's bad at this point because he's been railroading me. I don't know why, but Matt must be the pit head because I'm not the pit head, which is what I've been saying. If Ross is not the pit head and I'm not the pit head, Matt is the pit head. I'm a bad kill. I've been saying this all along, and I want to nominate Matt. I think this is a better kill, and I think we should get 6 on it. And I hope that the town will go with me.
Well, Matt, your defense.
So Jason, like literally 30 seconds ago, was saying how it's a Vortox game, and
That was your theory.
yeah, I'm not going to defend myself. If you're going to talk over me, I'm not going to bother. Just kill me. People know what role I am, and that's fine. I'm not
Pertinent
bad.
info, Stephen, who came up with the theory? Was it
That's
you
not-
or was it
Well,
Matt?
Yeah,
That's
you
not
should.
pertinent from information.
Hold on. You had the accusation, so let's see if anybody else has any pertinent information. Okay, if you have anything else, Jason, add it real quick.
I just want to know who came up with this theory because Stephen told me after he talked with Matt. Did you come up with it or did Matt come up with it?
It was Matt's theory. I think it makes sense.
Exactly, because Matt's evil. Because Matt's evil, so he's coming up with other alternate
Jason,
theories.
he's not
Okay.
the only person that has thought through that as a possible line of
So then why
thought.
was I put on the block and nominated then?
Well,
That-
Jason,
Okay, we're going to go ahead and run this vote.
I will also point out,
5.
Jason, that being an outed
5 to
mayor
tie.
that is under heavy suspicion probably isn't going to be a great way to win the game.
Right, right.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm not saying that it's your fault. It just is what it is.
well, because there's aggressive people who are probably evil like Peter at this point.
I just think it's funny. I was literally going to nominate somebody else to get you off the block, Jason, then you come after me.
You were?
One vote is not
Yeah.
enough. Are there any other nominations?
Yeah, because Matt's theory is that neither of you are evil,
Yeah.
which is what I'm inclined to believe. So I'm gonna nominate Peter.
You were?
Wait, Matt, were you going to make a nomination?
Sorry.
Sorry,
That's
I
fine.
think.
Stephen can go.
Okay, sorry, Steven. What was yours?
I'm nominating Peter.
All right, state your case.
It's not off of information. It's just based off of the reads, which I believe there's a couple of people that have been throwing that name around at this point. I don't know if it's enough to kill. I don't think Jason's bad for a couple of reasons, and I don't think he's a bad kill either at this point. But I think killing the demon makes more sense than killing somebody that's not the demon. So, I don't know. I also don't think there's a pit hag, which is another thing to keep in mind, because if if nobody claims to have been pit hagged, then there's not a pit hag. Unless the pit hag is always pit hagging evil people, which can happen. Or pit hagging ineffectively.
Didn't the pit
Peter-
hag change the demon the other night? It was no kill.
Peter, your defense?
We think so.
Yeah.
I'm not a good kill during the daytime. The good team should not execute me.
All right, any pertinent information? All right, this needs 5 to tie and 6 to
I
beat.
have a pertinent question. Do you claim to be sane?
No.
So he's claiming to be Raven's keeper,
All right,
which is a good bluff for a demon.
Yeah, that was.
He said I'm not a good kill during the day.
I guess
Thank you. So if you're good, you're outing your fellow good team. Is that what you're saying?
He
That
actually
was
does
not-
do that.
Yeah, that was
I'm
not
outing
smart.
my fellow good team.
Guami, don't
I'm not
tie
outing
this.
my fellow good team.
Oh my god.
4 votes is not enough.
I'm saying that you're claiming a demon bluff because that's a total demon bluff.
Any
It is
other
enough.
nominations?
And mayor's not.
And mayor's
I'm gonna-
not?
I'm gonna
I'm
nominate.
not the demon. If I was pinged
I'm
Yeah,
just
as a
saying,
demon,
like
I'm not the
technically,
demon
all of them
majority.
Okay,
can
Matt.
be.
Matt has a
Like,
nomination.
I'm gonna nominate
Matt.
Scott.
Scott.
yeah,
All right. State your case.
The role he's claimed to me isn't a bad role. Is not necessarily a role that it's a role that we can kill and it wouldn't hurt us, unless he was lying to me, as Sarah noticed.
All right. Scott, your
I
defense.
say let's kill Scott.
I am the recluse, and I've been the recluse since the beginning of the game, and that's all I can say. You can kill me if you want. I think it's better to save a good person, but that's all I can say.
Any pertinent information?
Can
All
we
right.
get 3 more votes?
Sarah, we talked about this.
There is a
and
good
I'm not
reason
gonna
to kill him.
use. I'll be back. I'm not gonna use my dead vote.
Okay.
There is a good
All right.
reason to kill him because there is a yeah. I'll just leave it at that. There is a good reason to kill him beyond the fact that he's the recluse.
I agree.
All right. 5 votes is needed to tie. 6 to beat.
We either need to get 4 or 6 here. I'm willing to go 6.
Okay,
here.
there we go.
Yeah.
Well, then there's too many now. So
Wait.
Oh,
how many are
wow.
there? There are two-
Whoa.
well,
That
no,
doesn't
no,
even make
no.
Hold on.
sense.
We need
There's
Ross.
too
You
many
need
up
to
all
vote.
mine. Lynn, maybe you should pull it or not.
Jason,
How many
what
We
was
had
that?
enough hands up. What happened to that?
7 is enough. Are there any other nominations?
Yeah,
Jason
Jason pulled
pulled
out for some
his.
reason.
Because there were like 100 votes going. We said
No,
we're
there
gonna
wasn't. There was exactly
No,
6.
Down
there
from
was
10.
enough.
Exactly. No,
Checking.
that's sus as all get out. Sorry,
I just
Scott.
want to say it doesn't seem like there's a witch. Otherwise, one of us would have died today. There was a lot
Yeah.
of nominations.
Does someone want to nominate someone else so that we
Why?
don't kill the wrong person?
Who have we nominated?
The day is over. Scott
Oh,
has been
too late.
executed and dies, and the game continues. And everybody can go to sleep.
Wow. I don't know what to do with that information. Why would Jason have pulled his vote? Like, you wanted to... There's like 1 million votes? What in the world? Doesn't even make sense. So, I'd like to postulate an observation, which is that Trouble Brewing makes a terrible Townsfolk cast for a Vortex. Because there's not enough information. In S&V, there's a lot of information to reverse. Unless Guami, Sarah, and Ross all want to claim powerhouse roles, we don't have a lot of information. So either Anton or Michael is bad. Why would the demon have nominated the virgins? That's the thing that doesn't make sense. People say that a lot of heat came to Michael, but the heat came to Michael literally because Michael nominated. Like, he brought that on himself. So that doesn't make sense. You can get stuck with a lousy bluff roll like the Virgin, or the Librarian, for that matter. And if you are going to bluff, yeah, so I don't know. And then he died. Starpass. Oh, Pit Hag. That would be phenomenal. I don't think there is enough information. Okay, I need to talk to the rest of the people. We need to figure out if there are information rolls. So, starting at the top, Investigator. I have information. I don't know if it's good or not. There's no poison. There's drunk. Don't know what Ross is. Lynn. She's claiming my role. She doesn't get information. Recluse doesn't get information. Empath. Empath could be evil. There are 3 evil people. Or they're bad information. Butler doesn't get information. Michael got information. It was bad. So the evil team could be Matt, Michael, and Jason. That doesn't make sense. Not both evil. And then Peter. I know that Lynn is bad. I know that Candace is good. I feel that Michael's good. I mean, that can't be a guarantee, because then as soon as it's a guarantee, it's a great play. His information was bad. He could be the drunk. He could be the drunk, and Jason could have pit-hagged himself. Who died? So we killed Candace. This is so weird. So I'm just going to mark that. And I'll do that. Candace is definitely good. I don't need this anymore. I'm adding Ross to the good team because he wanted to vote out Lynn, which, if he was evil, he knows that Lynn is evil. Don't think he would be gunning to get rid of her. However, that is weak, and I could be convinced to change my mind on that. So if Lynn and Matt are bad, Guami or Sarah. Not Peter. I believe Peter has nominated both Jason and Matt. Peter's been gunning for Jason.
All right. Good morning, everybody. First, sorry that was a
Yes.
long night. There was a technical issue for that, so apologize about that. Also, there was a small storyteller mistake made at some point. Come back to that later. But in the meantime, Jason has died.
Ed, can we talk?
Sarah?
I'll give everybody about 6 minutes.
Sure.
Let's go to Candace's room, Ross.
Okay.
Both
Okay.
of us.
Okay.
Who's?
hand over-
Somebody said my name.
I
Oh,
did.
Yeah,
Steven.
come to mine.
Yes. My room or yours?
Candace, did you say my name?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Ross and Peter.
All right, Sarah, I'm going to my place.
Okay.
So, I realized that we talked on day one and I didn't get any information from you. So I'm starting to think it might be a Vortex game. However, that's not particularly good news because if it is a Vortex game, we're getting all bad information. And the thing is that S&V has a lot of information. And so it's actually very easy because you can reverse all the information. There's actually not a lot of information here. So if there's not a lot of information, you can't reverse it. So I'm wondering, do you have information? Are you an information roll?
No. I'm the monk.
Do you have any evidence that you've done anything?
Well, I mean, I protected Peter, and then there was no kill on night 2.
Okay. Well, that sucks because he's apparently the Ravenkeeper.
Yeah. Is he though?
I don't know. I have no idea. What's your take on the evil twin situation?
So if I tell you, well, I figured I read you as good first day, which is when I talked to Peter on day 2, what I told him, which is why we were going off of your information for the pit hag versus Lynn's. I think
Well,
Lynn's the
Jason's
evil twin.
gone. So Matt is the one that did make the pit hag thing a thing. And he's claiming empath in case he hasn't told you.
Yeah, I knew he was claiming empath. But that's just it. I think Jason was the evil one of that and not Matt.
Well, why would the he is the pit hag and he just turned somebody else into the demon.
And maybe if it's the evil twin, which would be the other half, and he pit hagged the evil twin into the demon. Would you know that?
No, I don't know. It's been done different ways, different times. I was not told anything.
Is
'Cause
there a
that's why I was like,
storyteller question you want to ask?
yeah,
she was, yeah. Go ahead.
if the pit hag, okay, so I was on the running. We'll just leave this situation out. If the pit hagged the evil twin into the demon, would the good twin be told they were no longer a good twin?
No, nothing would update their information on that regard.
Okay. I think that's I think if we kill Lynn, we might have this.
Well, so here's my thought: is if Jason was evil, him dying as the mayor, which I actually at this point I'm inclined to believe that because he shouldn't have died as the mayor. However,
Correct.
I will say that storyteller discretion, you are more inclined to kill an outed mayor than like a not outed mayor.
I just don't think it's a vortex, or at least it didn't start off that way. I don't think it did at all. But
well, the reason I was inclined to believe that was because I was thinking it was plausible that my information was wrong.
I don't think so.
And then when I was also thinking that Michael's information was wrong, and then Matt, who might be evil, or I don't know, maybe he's just sitting next to evil
think
people.
Michael was the original demon. He came under suspicion, almost died first night.
I don't think he was the original demon.
Away. You don't think he was?
No, because the reason he came under suspicion was because he nominated the Virgin. That is a bonehead move for the demon, to literally make themselves fall under suspicion.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So I think he's the drunk, or the Virgin's the drunk. That's what I think. However, his information is bad. Well, and that was lending itself to the whole Vortex thing, because he thought that he saw, well, he told me that he saw Guami or Candace as the recluse, and Scott is claiming that he's the recluse. So I think he is the drunk.
Maybe Scott was evil the whole time. What if Scott is the other minion?
Well,
wait, there's only two. Yeah, maybe he was the demon the whole time.
Well, here's the thing. I think Jason was bad. I think I'm going to go try to talk to somebody else. But I wanted to fill things in. There's two people that I haven't.
I'm still thinking out loud. I'm still trying to puzzle things through.
That's fine.
And so I haven't nailed it yet, but I might get it eventually.
Okay.
But
well, if you need me, I'll stay here. But I think.
No, you're fine. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah. Okay.
Most of this is just going to be internal.
Okay. Thanks. Awesome.
I'll puzzle it until I figure it out.
Okay.
Monk, maybe.
Monk, yeah.
I don't know.
Scott, can we talk?
Sarah, can we talk?
Fourth from the top.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk to you for a couple days.
Okay,
My room or yours?
Yours.
Scott.
Yes.
Are you the recluse?
I am.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay.
The only person I trust is Matt, who ironically nominated me to.
So the one theory is that it was a vortex. However, I don't know that is a particularly good theory. The problem with that is that SNV is the home of the vortex, which it makes sense in because there's a lot of information, and if it's all wrong, then you can figure it out. And the thing, now we got 30 seconds. The thing I noticed about this script is that if it was a vortex, there's very little information. Holy cow! Good luck. So I believe that Michael was the drunk. I believe that Anton is the virgin, and I believe that Jason.
Anton's the virgin too.
I am the investigator. I saw Jason and Matt as the pit hag, and I believe that Jason was the pit hag, and he just turned somebody else into a demon. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense.
Evil, is that what you're saying?
I don't really know, Scott. There wasn't enough time for that conversation.
I mean,
that was a fun ending on that one.
I was evil first, and now I'm evil still, even though I died. So I'm just evil. So you're not.
No, I'm just saying that of course in this script with the minions and demons you could have been evil all along and still be evil.
All right, nominations are open.
Guami.
Well,
remember you asked me something a couple of days ago?
So here's my theory.
Hold on, please, talking over people. Where's Lynn?
Where is
She's up
my-
there.
So
I
the
see her
top.
right there.
She's here.
Right there.
Ah, she is over there in the corner. There she is. Okay.
Oh, there.
You
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
there
see me
she
pointing
is.
at her?
Oh,
Yeah.
Santa's
I'm not sure. She's
supposed
one
to
of
be
these
up there.
corners.
Why is
Yeah,
Lynn in my
yeah.
corner?
Y'all swapped around.
Well, it
Just got
depends.
moved up.
This is the way it is on my
That's
screen,
not
but my
what she does.
video is probably reversed, so you're probably whatever.
But I think that if anybody can clear Lynn, they should clear Lynn.
I don't think anyone could clear either of them. But could I?
I don't think
If the
so
statement
either.
don't apply to you, just sit on it.
Could I bring up a theory? Could I just bring up my theory so everyone could at least listen? Here's my theory. In order to figure out which one of them is evil twin, good twin, supposedly there's a pit hag. If we kill Matt, we see if anything else happens with pit hags. If nothing else happens, then Matt was the pit hag, and therefore Steven's good. If something else happens and there's more pit hagging, then Ross is the pit hag, and that means Lynn's good. But we could figure this out by killing these supposed other pings on the pin hag. I think that's our best strategy at this point is to kill
Somebody
Matt.
could throw a rock at Lynn's head and see what happens. No
Mhm.
offense.
Are any nominations?
Can I just ask? Do we
Yeah,
do we,
y'all are.
do we know how many outsiders in the game? The reason why I'm asking is I'm trying to figure out if maybe it's a vigor mortis.
I believe that the demon now is vigor mortis.
I don't think it started that way, but I think it's that way now.
Okay.
I think there was Vortox. I think there's Vigor Mortis going on. I think there's a bunch of things
I
going on.
think it started as Vortex.
And then move to vigor mortis?
Yes, that's what I think. I could be wrong. Like I'm often wrong, but
But yeah, if there were someone with a slingshot or some sort of propelling equipment in the game and might want to
maybe
clear
one of the
Lynn,
chosen and
that
Lynn
would
at
be a
Hellmouth,
good.
maybe.
Okay,
That would be a
I'm
good
just
thing.
gonna come out with my information because I think it's BS. And maybe people can figure it out. So I'm the empath. I got a 0 first night, which doesn't make sense if Scott's the recluse. And why would he claim the recluse if he was bad?
Well, it just means May.
May.
May. So yeah, it could be bad information or it could be that it didn't happen. Then after Michael and Candace died, I got a 2 for Jason and Scott.
Mhm.
Okay.
That tracks.
I got
that
another,
tracks.
and then, but the thing is, then I was like, well, if it's wrong information, then that actually, in my eyes, clears Jason, which is why I wasn't really going after him, because I should get a 1, and he gave me a 2. Next day, I get a 2 again. Okay.
It was the same two people.
Same
With
2
Sarah?
people.
Oh,
No.
same two people. Okay.
Today, I get a 0 with Sarah and Lynn.
I have something to add to this. If we think that the first demon was Vortox, then when Pithak converted Vortox, the next demon is not Vortox, which means first and second piece of your information can be both wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What was that first
Or-
and second?
Well, I mean 0 and 2.
And my other thought is, what if Michael was a minion and got killed by the Vigor Mortis, and I'm poisoned?
Do you need a nomination?
For some still reason, I'm thinking it's a Fangu game, or it was a Fangu game at some
If
point.
if first demon was Vigor Mortis, then probably one of 2 outsiders lied about being outsider.
Yeah, I think the theory I'm going with is Vortox at least night 0 and 1. And then it got
Ross,
switched.
sorry, Ross, you sound like you're underwater. Oh, your
That's
headphones.
the
There you go.
headphone thing again. That's my
There you
that's
go.
gonna be my move. Okay.
1000%, Ross.
Okay, 1,000. Yeah, that for sure. I can't even argue that. I'm turning into Edgar, and I need to stop. Okay. I believe that night 0 and 1 there was a Vortox. Vigor Mortis entered play night 2, and we've been there since. I'm still leaning towards Lynn being the evil twin of the 2.
Not.
But if hang on,
Nice, Anton. Nice.
hang on. If it's a a Vigor Mortis game now, and Matt got, unless he's poisoned, otherwise that would clear Lynn because he got a 0, unless he's poisoned.
Well, let's just put it this way. Lynn is definitely evil. I know, Lynn.
I'm not evil. You're evil.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Need a nomination.
I'm going to
And still
nominate
the
Lynn.
recluse.
I would like to use my Slayer shot.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I'll
let
put
me-
you in as
hold
the
on.
Slayer, but what does that even mean?
Ross nominates Lynn, but then also
Hey, he
Mommy
might actually
claims
get it.
Slayer. So who would you like to pick?
I'd like to shoot Sarah.
All right, what weapon would you like to use?
I would like to use a quill.
A quill.
Will.
What one with like
So-
frilly feather things?
Oh no, Star Lord.
Guami uses his scroll and writes some really nasty words about Sarah, but Sarah's not very perturbed by it. And nothing happens.
I hope you're
She
not
actually does
the
look
Slayer,
perturbed.
Guami.
He's
Yeah, me
slightly
too.
perturbed by it. So Ross has nominated Lynn. Ross, state your case.
I've mentioned it before. I believe she's the evil of the two twins.
All right, Lynn, your defense.
Why are you trying to kill a fucking like a good twin? Why are you trying to do that now? That can
I'm-
be saved. You want to kill the demon. You don't want to kill one of the twins.
I've got a very strong
bullshit.
feeling here.
But it's not. It's not. You're wrong. You're lying.
He's
Alright,
actually
Jenny?
making a guess at this point.
I don't. But I also
Which
got
isn't a
Ross
lie.
Kings. I don't trust him worth shit.
Any pertinent information?
I have pertinent information.
I do too.
I think. Are you guys good with me coming out with this at this point, Ross, Candace?
Sure.
Okay, I'm the fortune teller. My info for the first 2 nights, I got Guami, Steven, yes. Next night, I got me and Steven, no. The following night, I got a yes between Anton and Scott. And then last night, I got a yes between Candace and Lynn. I believe Candace was a good outsider, which points to Lynn having become the demon at some point during the game.
You also got yeses on just about everybody else.
Right, but we're saying the first couple nights were likely a Vortox game.
Yeah, first night. Probably.
How do you figure it's a Vortox?
The first couple nights, I
I
think we got bad info. I think everybody got bad info on the first, at least the first night.
Wait, Peter, you
I
literally
misunderstood
went
this. I
up-
thought you
Alright,
said you got to know on Anton and,
Peter, you
and
literally
Guy.
went up to me and said I was the pit hag. So now
Alright.
you're saying, oh, it's all false info and we shouldn't have.
Any
Yeah,
other,
you-
any
No, I
other
still
pertinent
think you're the-
information?
I still
This is
think you were
for-
the pit hag.
This is for Lynn's
But then it wouldn't be
nomination.
false
Any other
info,
pertinent
it wouldn't
information on
be
that?
I do. I'd like to clarify. Peter, did you say yes or no to Anton and Scott? Because I've got no.
I got no
Anton
too.
Scott, I got a no.
Sorry.
Scott Cook,
Okay,
Rick,
that's-
Rick
yeah.
Lewis.
That's what I was like.
All right,
So
we're gonna do this vote. This requires 4 for the chopping block.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, guys, I think we should vote.
I'm just gonna leave it at 4 in case.
Is that smart?
Oh,
I don't think.
it's
I don't
smart.
think so.
it's
But
not.
I think it should be. I think it should
So
be.
we're trying to kill a
aggressive.
4
twin.
is enough.
Well, we'll
We're
see if
trying
it
to
gets
kill a
tied.
twin this
Any
early.
other nominations?
So I just like to say that we do have to, in fact, kill one of us at some point, and this is progress towards winning. So I think it's
It's
really
not
good.
progress towards winning. It's progress towards fucking losing.
Well, or that.
All right, is there anything?
My-
Some
any
kind
other
of progress.
nominations?
And information is Lynn only swears and gets really angry when she's good, which makes me.
That's not entirely true. She
Is it
swears
not?
whenever she gets
Every game I
accused.
played with her.
Honestly, I think Lynn
That's-
swears not enough right now.
It's
Yeah, I've learned to ignore it because she has sworn when evil. So
yeah, it's
Time to
not
give
her
it
tell
back.
anymore. It used to be, but
I don't
she
play as much
shifted
as you
out of
guys
it.
do, so.
All right,
it's when she
Your
says about
nomination.
doing dirty.
So I'm gonna start
I
counting down
need.
from 10.
Well, I need to nominate somebody. I don't know who's fucking.
She's morphed out of it being her tell.
5 seconds.
so I may be wrong. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna-
nominate Ross.
Lynn nominates Ross. State your case.
He's evil. He's a little bitch.
Okay, we shouldn't be doing that.
Okay, yeah, that's not all right.
Do we have that as a
Yes.
roll?
Yes,
Can
yes,
somebody
A
make
yes,
that
little
into
witch.
a
A
roll?
little witch. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to
That's-
pick up my
that's-
own tea, is what I've just learned today. So
Yes, you're
All right.
going definitely after this game.
All right, Ross, your defense.
no, that's fine.
All right, so we're going to count down. This needs 4 to tie and 5 to beat.
I have plenty of extra tea if it needs some Ross, actually. So if you want to drive up to Toronto, I got like.
You know what? There's actually a store not that far away. I think I can do local, but thank you. I appreciate it.
I got like so much tea for Christmas, and I'm like, I got like 5 bags. I've barely gone through one, and I'm like, this is. I don't how the
2
heck
votes
this-
is not enough. Are there any
So-
other nominations?
Scott, you use your dead vote on that?
Oh crap! I forgot.
Count down from 10.
I've done that before, Scott.
I do that all the time,
I
Scott. Don't feel
think
bad.
we may have discovered the second drunk is what we may have discovered.
Yeah, Scott's just actually drunk. No, like game drunk.
All All right, the day is
He
ended.
just needed a
Lynn
couple
has been
drinks.
executed and dies. And that is the end of the game.
Oh,
Thought so.
The
Nice.
good team has won.
Oh,
Sorry, Lynn.
I believe you, Len.
Question:
Peter,
If-
you dirty bugger.
The good team has won.
If the
Good
demon
team
is
is one.
dead and the Slayer shoots the demon, does the demon die again?
Wait, what?
Gary used your Slayer shot.
What?
No, I was just curious. Is it if the demon was already dead and the Slayer shot the demon, does the demon die again?
A dead player cannot be killed because they're already dead.
Oh, they're just
They
executed.
appear dead.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, they
yeah.
would
The
be-
Slayer
yeah.
can't kill the dead Zombul either, for
I got-
example.
it got mumbled over. Who won?
The good team has won.
Thank you.
Team one.
I retract my
the-
dirty bugger
the-
statement, Peter.
The one of all three demons are dead.
Nice.
All
Three
three.
demons?
Michael, Jason, and Lynn.
I was never a
God.
demon.
Okay,
Michael,
let me
Scott, and Lynn.
let me
Yeah, it's Scott.
let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna mute everybody. Let's go through the roll call. We'll start at the bottom. Yeah, we'll start at the bottom. Michael was your original Fingu, who basically jumped the first chance he got on an accident. Candace was the butler. She got herself executed day one. Matt was the empath, who was between Candace and Scott, who Scott was the recluse. I decided to give a 0 because I thought that might make Scott look a little sus. Everybody expects a 1 on the recluse. Of course, I didn't expect him to turn into the Fangu the very next night. So then Matt got a 2. Correctly got a 2 between Jason and Scott because Jason was your pit hag. Then Matt got a 2 again, which was my storyteller mistake because I shouldn't have done that because Jason had turned Scott into the Vortox. So I shouldn't have given him a 2, and that was my bad. I don't know if that would have really changed too much ultimately, but that was my bad. So Scott was your recluse who turned into the evil Fangu because of Michael. Jason would later turn Scott into the Vortox. He would get executed as the Vortox. Lynn was your evil twin, who on that last night was turned into the Vigor Mortis by Jason. She then killed Jason, so he would still have his ability. I used that to poison Matt because he was one of his Townsfolk neighbors. So on his last day, I gave him a 0 because basically I just wanted to keep up that his information just seemed really arbitrary. Unfortunately, it just still helped point everything to Lynn as being evil. Ross was a Ravenkeeper, who, funny enough, was actually on this last night protected by Sarah, the monk. Fun fact, which just never came up. Actually, I think I just saw another storytelling mistake. I'll get to that in a second. Stephen was your investigator and also the good twin. Peter was your fortune teller. He got a yes on Guami and Stephen because Guami, the Slayer, had a couple of fibbins. Guami was the Slayer. He was also the red herring. Peter picked himself and Stephen, got a no. Then he picked Anton and Scott and got a no because Scott was the Vortox at that time. I actually just now realized my mistake is Peter was actually protected by the monk, and the monk actually protects from all harmful demon abilities. So actually, I should have gave Peter a yes because he would have been protected from the Vortox's misinformation. So that was my bad. Anton was the drunk who believed he was the virgin, and Sarah was the monk. That is your game of Trouble with Violets.
What was Guami?
He was a Slayer.
Thank you.
Who didn't want to shoot Lynn. He wanted to shoot, Sarah, and he did. But I was waiting for him to see if people could convince him to shoot Lynn, because then that would also just been game over. So that was an interesting game. I set this up in a specific way. I decided to have only one actual top 4 info, and I wanted that top 4 role to be the good twin, because I wanted to see how that played out. I also wanted to see the virgin be drunk and see how that played out. Funny enough, it was an evil player, the demon, who nominated him.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting play. Now,
Yeah.
of course, it's a play that could have worked because even if he got executed, and I actually kind of thought you would go with the execution, the game wouldn't have ended because Lynn would have been the evil twin, and then Jason could have made a new demon, either himself or probably Lynn at that point, I think. But yeah, that's how that played out. Made a couple of mistakes.
Well
annoys
done,
me,
Scott. Sam, well done.
but- Thank you. Yeah, I thought really long and hard about the setup, and I actually had a feeling it was going to be. I mean, as Steven's pointed out before, this game's like a mix of skill and luck. I actually thought it was going to be really hard for a good team, and the evil team gave it a go. It just ultimately didn't work. I feel like on another run it could have worked.
Peter
Yeah.
had it down. Peter had it down. He really had it down. Like,
Oh, it would have been really funny too if I
switching.
gave him a yes on Anton and Scott.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that at the time that he was monk protected.
Lynn, you owe me twice as much tea.
Crazy thing is, if Michael would have picked Anton, no one ever would have thought Anton was a demon ever. If you would have jumped to Anton, no one ever would have thought Anton was a demon.
I was hoping for that too, but you know, it is what it is.
If I chose to kill Anton, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you killed Anton, that would also jump to him.
Oh, because he was the drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And no one ever would have thought that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a game. I do want to give a friendly reminder to please don't name call people.
Sorry.
Just want to throw that out there. We do want to try to keep this friendly.
It's all good. It's all good.
Cool. Sounds good. So yeah, but I feel like this. Well, I don't know what y'all thought, but I always think this is a fun script. This is the second time I've run it, and this one was probably a crazier setup than could have happened. I don't want to run evil twins all the time, but I think it's fun to run every so often.
Oh, I very much so look forward to the game, and I enjoyed it, and I was very confused, and somehow we stumbled into a win pretty early.
Peter's leadership on that for sure.
Well, just being able to have the trust right away with Ross, myself, and Sarah, and then when Candace announced she wanted to die because she didn't want to become evil, that told me that she was an outsider. So we sort of had a four-way circle of goodness going there.
We had, just so you know, we had the win. If Lynn would have put her hand up instead of me,
I didn't know it was a Vortox.
She could have pulled her hand, and we would have tied the vote, and the Vortox would have won.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a Vortox. That's the
I was
problem.
basically begging you, going, Lynn, aren't you going to vote on this? And then I was like begging you to vote.
Why would I listen to you when I have you in an evil thing? Like, you know, but like, I'm just saying. I didn't know it was Vortox. If the little communication was done there.
And the reason we sort of stumbled upon the Fangu jump to Scott was Scott in a 3-for-3 with me claimed monk, Ravenkeeper, fortune teller, and I knew Ross was the Ravenkeeper and I was the fortune teller, and I knew Sarah was the monk because she protected me on that night. I thought that was why there were no kills that night. But,
to be honest, that's what I was claiming from the beginning, and I always just, because I was a recluse and I didn't want to come out as a recluse. So
yeah. Well, that's why we figured that you were probably an outsider and got Fangu jumped too.
Yeah.